Viewers, I need to buy a McLaren 675LT, and this video explains why. Welcome to another EA40 video, and in this one, I recently got to ride in a McLaren 675LT. Now, this car, it's pretty amazing. 0 to 60 is under 3 seconds, the suspension is derived from a McLaren P1, and the horsepower number is the same as the Devil. But it wasn't just any 675LT that I got to ride in. This one was involved in a production much bigger than EA40.
What I really love about this car. Yeah.
That's right, this McLaren 675LT specifically was in a Top Gear episode. Now, I know that's gonna sound confusing to a lot of people, like how did I get to ride in a 675LT that was in Top Gear? That's in the UK, I'm in the US. Let me explain how the car made it here. It started out as a left-hand drive UK car meant to be part of McLaren's press fleet. The car did some duties there. That's how it ended up in a Top Gear episode where Chris Evans and Jensen Button got to hoon the car, and it just did some press duties over there. After doing its duties in the UK, the car was then converted to US specifications in order to make that skip across the pond, where it landed in the hands of McLaren North America's press fleet. After those duties were done, the car was relieved of its press duties, and it was purchased in ultra-low mileage condition, basically factory brand new, everything completely immaculate, and it's now kept in a hermetically sealed bubble.
I wonder if you know that I know he's lying, right?
In reality, the car was sold to a private owner, and last time I was with the car, it had over 13,000 miles. And the owner was very keen to mention that he has driven that car on the track. He was very proud to say that. So yes, this car has been pretty well driven and pretty well loved. So that's how the car made it to America. Now, before I give my impressions on how the car was like, let's go over what some of the specs are. Horsepower and torque. Compared to the McLaren 650S, it's up by 25 horsepower and 16 pound-feet of torque, which makes it 666 brake horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. The turbos have been reworked for better airflow. The transmission shifts twice as fast as that of the McLaren 650S. Downforce is overall improved by 40%, and more carbon fiber is being used, including in the bodywork and a larger front splitter. Sound deadening has been reduced. Titanium exhaust is now used. The wheels actually weigh 800 grams less than that of the McLaren P1, and they provide more airflow to help cool those carbon ceramic brakes. So, wow, that's quite a bit. I don't know all the options that this one had, but this one did have the deeper bucket seats that I believe are also on the McLaren P1, and the color is Napier Green, which was a McLaren 675LT exclusive color at the time. Now you can get it on the McLaren 720S. From the spec sheet alone, you look at it and you realize it's quite an impressive piece of kit. Now, how is it like in real life though? So let's go to after I had ridden in the car, where I was completely high on emotions, and just tell you how the car was like. Back at the Wells Fargo Center we are. So I guess a few other things that I really love about this car. I mean, the emotion of it when you're shifting, and when it shifts up, shifts down, like you get those extra snaps. It's not so much of like a lot of exaggerated crackles, but it's just a raw snaps and some raw crackles too, and it's just absolutely amazing. It's just absolutely amazing to hear it. The overall raw feeling of this car is just incredible. It feels like it throws you back harder than like even quicker accelerating cars that I've been in. It's just the raw feeling of it. It's just incredible. I guess the only downside I can think of is that the buckets are a bit too low to be a real camera car. But do you really want this to be a camera car? Or do you want this to be attacking Eau Rouge and Radillon? Well, I can see why Mr. JWW said, like, sell your wife, sell your kids, and buy one of these.
Speak to the bank, sell the house, get on the phone to your accountant, donate organs. You need one of these in your driveway.
Granted, the car is a bit quieter due to the turbos, but it still sounds very loud from the inside. It's honestly pretty great. One interesting thing that the owner said about this vehicle is that a lot of people have kept these versus getting a 720S. They say it's more because of like the raw feeling of it. Like for example, some of the extra snaps and some of the emotion that this car provides, you don't really get that in the McLaren 720S. So that's why a lot of owners have kept their 675LT coupes and spiders. There are a bunch that are for sale, yes, but a lot of owners have really wanted to keep these. So that also shows like how McLaren just got things so right with this car. very raw and emotional, but not brutal. I absolutely love the McLaren 675LT. Now, would I get one if I had the money? Honestly, I actually would. Now, I've ridden in a few other supercars, 650S, Lamborghini Huracan, Porsche 911, stuff like that, but none of those cars have come to the same level of emotion that this car provides in terms of like the feel of it, the snaps and pops upon shifts and stuff like that. It's just completely on a different level. Obviously, I only got to ride in it, but I'm sure if I were to drive it, I would find the car incredibly engaging. And I can also see why Shmee150 has said that he's never going to sell his 675LT Spider. I honestly don't think he should, because that car is incredible to be in. I'm so glad also that the prices for those have fallen a good bit, so maybe in a few years I might happen to have one. We'll see. I'll keep this video as a time capsule or something. Once again though, a huge thank you goes out to the owner of the car for letting me ride in it. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't know that I was going to be in a 675LT when I was heading to the CF Charity Supercar Show. I figured I'd be in the same car as my friend Sam, 6 Gear Auto, we'd find a car or whatever. I just happened to talk to the 675LT owner early on because that's been one of my favorite cars for such a long time. And then I realized that the car that Sam was gonna be in, there may not be enough space for me in it. So I figured, oh, I gotta ask someone else. Realized, oh wait, I talked to the 675LT owner earlier. Maybe he'll let me in, and he did. So to the owner, who is private, he's not on Instagram or anything, so sorry viewers, but to that owner, thank you so much for trusting me, to allowing me to ride with you. Thanks for talking about cars, and thank you for just letting me in. Your company was absolutely great. You were very friendly. You were fun to talk with. And to you viewers, thank you so much for watching this, and thank you for your support, for letting me grow the page large enough so that I can do more of this stuff. It's been pretty incredible opportunities, I'm not gonna lie. So thank you viewers for your support to helping me get to this kind of point. This has been absolutely incredible. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please be sure to give the page a follow and stay tuned for another video.